Hey guys, welcome back. Maverick here today with another episode of Tensura. So, any case, Rimuru's and Clayman's fight has begun. You know, we've got all the big dogs coming out. At the end of last episode, the cliffhanger was Veldora showed himself, right? So, things are going to get interesting from that perspective, right? I can't wait to see, like, the sort of interactions he has with all the other characters once they realize that, hey, this is actually Veldora, right? And then I'm guessing that we'll probably get the big reveal of Milim's situation in this episode. So many people are saying that, hey, she's not really being controlled. She's actually on top of the situation entirely and whatnot. I don't know, but I mean, if she is, then she better have a damn good reason for doing so, right? Because there's actually, you know, not just beyond herself being abused and kicked around and whatnot, her pride being abused, and it's even, you know, sort of kind of affecting those around her as well, right? Her followers, and to a certain extent, Rimuru as well, right? So, in any case, we'll know probably in this episode, so let's get into it. Alright, so this episode started off with the opening. I skipped that part to save some time. Let's just begin right in the episode in 3, 2, 1, play. Well, hello. So basically he came here because, yeah. And of course, all the others are just like, my older brother's only child. So that makes him an uncle, right? Okay, so maybe, I guess everybody is hinting that she's... Oh well. Like I said, she better have a damn good reason for it. Where's Clayman, by the way? Just go beat Clayman up, Rimuru. It's so nice of them to have like a graphical user interface for Rimuru to use. You can just have yes, no, as you please, right? Aw, that's cute. Is that a... It just disappeared immediately. Oh! Shinwan. Okay, so I guess this big showdown turned out to be a farce, right? smart. Moving up. Hello. Copyright. Right, let's get this over with. Oh. So I guess marionette dance works by putting souls into the puppets. Yeah, Rimuru is like not impressed. Do you have like a transformation ability? Oh, yeah, he does. What's he supposed to be? A lizard? Crazy Piero Clayman. Huh. So this means that he's actually also part of all those Piero groups as well. Hmm. Oof. Woof. I like how Rimuru doesn't even have to do anything, right? Let's see. Is there gonna be a twist here? Eh, doesn't seem to be. I mean, it's definitely a little bit different, right? So you better have a damn good reason, Milim. Oh, he just implicated himself. Well, at least it's nice to know that demon lords can't be controlled that easily, right? Oh, I think he's about to go. Bye-bye. Is this ability specific to Gi? Like, can he manipulate space and time? I mean, to be honest, to me, this makes absolutely no sense at all. But let's wait until Milim explains herself. Of course. Yeah, that's what I mean, though. And what if Rimuru wasn't there to help? I don't know. Am I the only one being very miffed by all of this? I mean, sure, it all worked out for Rimuru in the end, right? But again, what if Rimuru was not here? I'm quite certain that Milim did not plan this out from the very beginning. Okay. Creator Kazlim. And that's the Guildmaster, right? Soul to energy. I guess this would mean the world recognized his convection, right? Like, now I can fight him on equal footing, right? Okay, now he's a little bit like a Joker, right? Alright. Anyways, see you guys after this. Well, alright guys, so we are going to be having the actual battle next episode, right? Because certainly what we had this episode can't really be called a battle. It was more a slapping, a beatdown, a massacre, however you want to describe it, but hopefully next episode we'll have a more equal sort of fight, right? Although, of course, we all know who's going to win at the very end there. But at least Clayman might make things interesting, right? Now that he's powered up and whatnot. And I found the entire, process of him powering up to be quite interesting as well, right? So I guess this is implying that with enough conviction, you can be recognized by the voice of the world, or the world recognizes you, and so you can gain power or whatnot. Unless, of course, this is yet another some sort of plot device to as to who is actually pulling the strings behind Clayman and whatnot. But it doesn't quite seem that way to me, considering this was all calculated by Raphael and Rimuru and whatnot. So, I'll just consider this just part of what Clayman is actually capable of, right? Which still, of course, we all know he's going to still fall a little bit short. Beyond that, I don't think this is the first time we actually reveal that Clayman is part of the Harlequin Alliance. What's it called again? The Moderate Harlequin Alliance? Like, I think the first time I saw this, I already mentioned, like, if there's a moderate one, is there like a hardcore one? Is there like a soft one or whatnot? But in any case, I guess it is revealed here that he's actually one of the weaker members of them, and, through some sort of, don't know if some sort of manipulation, maybe some sort of decision, he managed to get to this position at this point in time, only for it to be all go down the gutter, right? Maybe perhaps in no small way related to Yuki, right? The human grandmaster dude who guildmaster, sorry, not grandmaster, guildmaster, who also came from another world and whatnot. I'm not quite sure if they're implying he's the one pulling the strings, or he's just also one of the pawns in all of this, right? And maybe it's the Demon Lord, right, his former master, or something of that sort, or maybe someone else completely, right? Or maybe it really is just Clayman screwing up by himself and whatnot, and managing to get into this situation here. And by the way, like, it's still not entirely clear whether or not because if you guys remember, a few episodes ago, we were talking about Clayman, Guy and Leon were talking about Clayman, right? And how he has some sources, he has some information, and whatnot. I was thinking at that point, maybe that merchant dude that they were talking about was actually Yuki, the guildmaster. But no, it's still not 100% confirmed here, right? Maybe that merchant dude is the one who manipulated Clayman into doing all of this, or maybe he has just simply gotten himself into this trouble because he got overconfident and cocky once he thought that he could control Milim, right? That could also be a possibility, and then we have the classic case of hubris, right? Which, to be fair, is also quite logical. I've mentioned for numerous episodes now that I don't really. It just doesn't seem quite right to me for someone who is as scheming and as the kind of underhanded, under the table kind of guy like Clayman to be suddenly so rash and so open about everything that he's doing, relying on raw power, that kind of thing. But yeah, maybe it's just because he feels cocky now that he's got Milim by his side, right? I mean, sure, but obviously things would be more interesting if there is actually a bigger story behind all this. And speaking of Milim, so I actually had to go back and quickly check, right? Because some things didn't quite add up to me. So I think the timeline here is that Milim fell under Clayman's control, or supposed control, only after Clayman's initial plan failed, right? Which is to manipulate Hinata to kill Rimuru and manipulate the nation of Falmouth to invade Tempest and potentially wipe them out, right? So I think it's being implied here that Milim was controlled only after that, as a sort of a second plan, right? But I'm not entirely sure, right? I certainly hope so, because if it was actually already part of Clayman's plan from the beginning, right? Actually gaining control of Milim, gaining confidence, and I have this trump card, so I am able to carry out my other plans as well. You could argue in a way that Milim is also contributing to the carnage and destruction of Tempest, right? And even, heck, potentially Rimuru himself as well. I mean, sure, he got out of that situation relatively unscathed, right? Both Rimuru and the country of Tempest, those are under him and whatnot, because at the end of the day, Rimuru escaped, became a true demon lord, resurrected everybody, and no harm, no foul, right? I guess except for the 30,000 soldiers, 20,000 soldiers of Falmouth who died to become Rimuru's sacrifice. But obviously, this being a Rimuru monster-centric anime, we don't really care about human lives, right? Maybe that sort of situation. But anyways, what I'm trying to get at here is that ended up as a positive for Rimuru and company because, they got lucky, right? And also because they're the protagonist, but it could have gone wrong, right? But let's just take this as Milim only became a supposed part of Clayman's plan after the original plan failed. In that case, I guess we can only really berate her for the destruction of the animal kingdom, right? Carrion's domain and whatnot, and the beat up of Carrion as well. And so, I think it's also once again implied within the anime so far that nobody really died during that invasion. People were evacuated, and so any kind of damage would be superficial, right? Only towards the structures, towards the property and whatnot, and that is supposedly going to be handled by getting all the resources and manpower and whatnot from Clayman, right? Which it kind of all works out at the very end here, but you still have to think that this is really, really irresponsible of Milim. And if Rimuru was not such a bro, if Rimuru did not actually have such a how can I put this? The foresight to gather up these resources, gather up these materials, and what is it? Actually having the capability to do mass teleportation and getting there to the kingdom in time to defend it and whatnot, being able to evacuate all the people from the kingdom in time, and having the knowledge of not actually going up against Milim's followers and actually hurting or injuring or heaven forbid, killing any one of them, right? Things all turned out to work in the end, due to lucky breaks and due to, again, the protagonist characters being protagonist characters, right? But once I still have to sort of say that I feel like Milim was really irresponsible in doing all this. Sure, you could say that maybe her pride got sort of wounded, her body maybe got sort of wounded, although I highly doubt that some slaps and some beatings from Clayman could actually do any real harm to Milim, right? But still, I don't know, man. I was hoping that she was going to reveal she had an ulterior, she had this big plan, or she had some, very genuine need in order to get close to Clayman and whatnot, maybe to figure out who's behind him and so on and so forth. And to be fair, I feel like we're only going to talk more about that in the aftermath of Ruru's fight with Clayman, right? So we could still get some more information in regards to this part. But, at this point in time, right now, with the information we have on hand, I don't know, man. Milim's been a pretty bad girl, I have to say. The abuse she suffered notwithstanding. And come on, guys, let's be real here. Clayman actually, beating up Milim and whatnot, there's no beat up, right? It's just exaggerated on Milim's part. And Clayman cannot actually harm Milim, okay? So it's really just a matter of pride and not of actual, abuse or, any sort of actual flesh damage or flesh wound here. So yeah, hopefully there is a reasonable explanation for all of this at the end, but we'll see, right? What else in this episode? I mean, not really much, right? It's really just this big beatdown on Clayman and whatnot. The rest of the demon lords, yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty much all I want to say for now. We'll see what happens after the actual fight and whatnot. Will Clayman still actually manage to escape somehow, or will he just actually be killed here by Rimuru? I highly doubt that he's going to survive and then Rimuru is going to forgive him, right? Considering what a close call they had in regards to Tempest and for Rimuru himself and whatnot. But you never know, because Tensura, even though we do get to some dark moments and whatnot, I still have to say, like, overall, like 99% of Tensura is still, happy and sunflower and sunshine and flowers and whatnot. So who knows? We could be having a redemption for Clayman at the very end here. They certainly were sort of going towards that direction at the very end there, where we see his interactions with the rest of the Harlequins, right? So who really knows? Anyways, do let me know if I missed anything specific to the Milim situation and whatnot. But if not, then like I said, hopefully they explain some things. If not, oh, Milim, you have been very naughty. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time.